In this video, I'm going to tell you about a save and reload glitch in Baldur's Gate 3 that allows you to get full Illithid Powers in Act 2. You're normally not able to get this until the very end of the game in Act 3 if you go to the Mountain Pass when you're not supposed to. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to crush Baldur's Gate 3. Okay, to take advantage of this glitch and turn your characters, 1 to 4 of your characters, into Mind Flayers, Act 3 Mind Flayers with their full powers, you need to be in Act 2, and you need to have found the Nightsong in the bottom of Shar's temple and made a decision about her, and then have not beaten Ketheric Thorm. So you're between meeting the Nightsong and fighting Ketheric Thorm. You want to go to the entrance to the Mountain Pass, which is near the battlefield, but it's not super near. There's not really a super close fast travel, but that is where you came out of the Mountain Pass. And you need to interact with it 3 times. And your dream visitor is going to warn you 3 times not to go in the Mountain Pass. When you go in the Mountain Pass, you're going to get a cutscene that the Absolute is going to turn your party into Mind Flayers. And so everybody that is in your party, that is the 4 people or up to 4 people that are in your party, will be turned into Mind Flayers, and then it'll be game over. When you get the game over screen, do a quick save. You can do a quick save, and you can reload into that quick save. When you reload into that quick save, you'll have a bunch of Mind Flayers, everybody that was in your party, that you'd selected for your party. So you have some people at camp, some people in your party, then you just fast travel out of there on the Act 2 map. So it's just like in Act 1 is not accessible once you have interacted with the Nightsong and made a decision about her, going up to the end of Act 2 when you kill Ketheric Thorm. And so if you've not killed Ketheric Thorm, you can do this, but it's a permanent one-time decision, and I'm going to try to help you deal with this so that you kind of maximize the power that you get out of having 1 to 4 Mind Flayers in your party. So I want to thank Proxy Gate Tactician for showing me this. I'm going to go through kind of some of the reasons why you might want to do this, and also some of the pitfalls and how to do this better so that you have the most OP party you can. Now, you can do this with up to 4 people in your party, and it always has to be done with your main character. So your main character is going to transform into a Mind Flayer if you do this. That you won't be able to change that or reclass for the rest of your playthrough. So what you want to do is you want to get rid of all the party members that you don't want to be Mind Flayers. So if you do not want Shadowheart and Asterion and Gale to be Mind Flayers, you need to take them out of your party before you do this. So you could do it just for your main character, or you could do it for your main character plus 3 other party members. So whoever's in your party, regardless of whether or not they go to the Mountain Pass when they're not supposed to, they will be turned into Mind Flayers. And Mind Flayers have very high intelligence, charisma, and wisdom scores. They also have very strong constitution and strength, but not strong enough for like a fighter paladin type player or a barbarian. So it's best if you're going to do this that you're not a barbarian or a fighter or a paladin probably, because if you're a strength-based character, you're going to have a disadvantage once you turn into a Mind Flayer. So for instance, Lizelle for me is the leader of the party. It's kind of disadvantage. I might want to respec her into a sorcerer before I do this, because you cannot really use withers after this. The other unknown for me, I haven't played it enough, is will you be able to level up? So one of the things that you probably want to do is you want to respec all your characters. So characters such as a warlock, a sorcerer, a mage, a magician, a wizard that is, do very well. Druid, also wisdom-based character. Cleric would do very well with the Mind Flayer stats. Just looking at the intelligence, wisdom, charisma scores. I would, recommend for most people that if you're going to do it, that you probably want to do it with the Hirelings, because it's somewhat immersion breaking to have Gale and all the other origin characters such as Shadowheart or Asterion look like Mind Flayers. Now, it's a glitch because nobody in the dialogues actually reacts to you, but the Mind Flayers get tons of special attacks that you can do that are OP, that are endgame attacks, plus they can fly, and so it definitely is a power upgrade, and it's an upgrade that's meant for the end game, not not for the mid game. If it's just you and your party, that is you on the side of the screen, there's no other party members, then your main character will be a Mind Flayer. If you have 3 characters on the side of the screen, your main character plus 2 others, those 2 others will become Mind Flayers for the rest of your playthrough. And there's no way to respec with withers, so don't go to withers. You'll actually see your health go down. So one thing you want to do when you do respec before you do this is you probably want to make your constitution score as high as possible so you can get a high constitution. And then you also want to probably do things that don't affect your ability points but affect your power, because your ability points will be allocated just by the fact that you're a Mind Flayer. But it does seem that your constitution does affect, and you also want to be fully leveled up, because if you go to withers to respec, you'll not be able to respec because he can't respec Mind Flayers. So that's one of the issues that you want to make sure that you do that. So obviously when you get to the mountain pass, right before you do that, you always want to do a save just in case you have second thoughts or you want to start a new playthrough with no Mind Flayers in your party. It's certainly not your main character. It's kind of a silly thing. I'm not sure. I think only a few people want to do it, probably only on their second or third or nth playthrough. But I think it's a pretty interesting one, and it's probably not a terrible thing if you're doing like a Dark Urge playthrough, and if you got a Warlock as a main character, or a Sorcerer, or a Mage as a main character. This would be a big power upgrade for them. I'm not so sure it's a power upgrade for the strength characters, because it's going to hurt their strength stats going forward. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to crush Baldur's Gate 3. Let me know your experiences for this. And one last thing, that once you do this once, you can't do it twice. So you can't get this game over twice. You will not be allowed in the Mountain Pass again. So if you decide, I made one person a Mind Flayer, but I want to make more people Mind Flayers, you can't do that. You can only do 4 at once, 1 at once, 2 at once, 3 at once, but you can't go back and make more of your party into Mind Flayers. Once you're a Mind Flayer, you can't do this trick.